Hi Taurus, this is Trudy of Virtual Tarot. I am here to begin to create your love reading, which will also include all of your relationships, and sometimes career advice comes along as well, and so we can't quelch what Spirit has to say. So let's get moving right away. I've already shuffled your cards. Everything is spontaneous, and I do not even edit out any of this because it's all channeled by Spirit right here, right now, and that's what you want to see. First card to come up for you, we have the Ten of Swords. If you're learning how to read with us, the sword suit has to do with the intellect. It also has to do with thoughts that sometimes hold us back, and these are parameters that we create, and this is how a perception forms really over the years. Perceptions are formed, and so they can hold us back or move us forward. And again, this is the Nine of Swords. And so if you look at this card, you will see, and again, it came up in the reverse, which is much better actually. You will see that there's this gentleman who is in bed. His hands are covering his face, and above him there are 9 swords. So the interesting thing about this card is that he is being kept awake by the possibility of what might happen, thoughts that he's very obviously concerned about. And so again, better in the reverse. So for you, Taurus, you've got some concerns, and you've had some concerns in 2016, some things that have kept you up. Now, again, beyond keeping you up, it can just mean that you're concerned that if you don't do something before you go to bed, that thing will nip you the next day. And so I'm hearing for some of you that this is more benign because it's reversed. Perhaps these things aren't keeping you up, but you're actually staying up to accomplish things that in the end may have you a little sleep deprived even. So if you are, and you're very driven, Taurians are very driven, and so if you start the year out this way, you might burn out, and so just be careful of that. Again, keeping a list of what you need to accomplish during the day is very good. However, prioritize that list. Everything does not have the same priority. And so I'm also hearing that for Taurus, a little bit different than how I normally would read this card, but I'm hearing that loud and clear. Again, for some of our Taurians, they want to be in the driver's seat. They like to be in the driver's seat, but if you want to attain much, sometimes much needs to be done or given in your own mind. And so reevaluate that. How much do you really need to do to get to where you want to be? You may think you need to do things that you actually don't need to do. Then one more thing that comes from your guides is that you are a leader, and as such, you take on all of the responsibility. And this responsibility is actually it's thought responsibility. It's you taking not action responsibility. This is how you see the world. I'm the one who's responsible for what could happen here to other people, my loved ones, my organization, the person who I'm dating. I take on all of the responsibility. And that means that that's something you might want to take a look at, because everyone is responsible, and sometimes it's out of our control. That's what I'm hearing. Some things will be out of your control in January, and this isn't a good feeling for you. You like to be in control, but it is, again, more benign, and so I don't see it as anything that is going to take you to your knees. It's benign, and it looks as if you're just reevaluating how you approach each situation in your life. Do you need to be the leader in every single group or organization that you're in? Do you need to take the lead? Do you need to always take the lead within the relationship? Do you need to change your perception of how responsible you need to be, or who needs to pick up the ball at a certain point? You need to get more comfortable with that, because somebody may be asking you to take on the lot of everything. They're not taking it on, and so you just do that. That's just your natural state of being. And so again, if you are in relationship, you may feel kind of out of control of the relationship. You may feel a benign sense that that something's gonna happen. They're gonna break up with you. They're gonna move. They're going to, you're going to feel constricted just within the relationship, and the way you look at it, the way you perceive the relationship, it feels constricted, and that's what I'm hearing. It's like you can't fully engage because you're feeling out of control here. Let's see what's going on. The Hermit comes up, and that's your challenge. And the Hermit is what I like to call the God card. Major Arcana card, great card. This is really the card of the guru, the card of the spiritual leader. And again, it's in the challenge position, and it is a bit reversed. And so you might need to go inside and do some inner work here to deal with the month of January. Or you may not have time to do that inner work. You may be feeling as if you got to stay in the driver's seat all the time to stay in control of what's happening, and you know that really deep down inside, that guiding light, that spiritual foundation, your guides are giving you advice that you might not be taking time to heed. And then again, there may be a spiritual calling this month that you're challenged to answer. You may need or feel as if you need to join a group or an organization where you can take the lead and inspire others. And that would be a really beautiful thing to do in January. You are able to do that. You're very grounded, and in order to really take full advantage of that Taurian nature of love, beauty, music, those earthly pleasures, it might not be a bad time to go off and by yourself for a little while and get back in touch with what you have to offer, because it feels as if you might be spending a lot of time trying to stay in the driver's seat, and you're losing touch with that inner glow, that leadership mentality. You're getting sapped maybe a little bit this month, and you're not feeling like the guy or the gal who wants to go out and speak and inspire, and I'm hearing also proselytize. But just for some of you, again, if you are in the ministry, if you work for a not-for-profit, if you're a musician, any of those things, you want to get back to what it is that you know you're meant to do, you were built to do, you were created to do. You want to get back to that. King of Pentacles comes up. King of Pentacles is a people card, and this would be a male and represented by Capricorn, Virgo, or, boy, I'm blacking out here, Capricorn, Virgo, or, who is the other one? You guys will have to tell me. Can you believe that? Sometimes we readers black out. It'll come to me. But, or you, Taurus. Hello. Yeah, there you are. Huh? Taurus, you are showing up in all your glory here, but again, keeping both feet firmly planted on the ground. That's what this reading is really all about. And there may be a time at the beginning of the month where you're either not able to sleep because you're concerned that if you do, you won't accomplish all that you need to accomplish, trying to stay in the driver's seat 24/7 so that all of the possible things that could possibly go wrong don't go wrong. You may feel a little out of control at the beginning of the month in relationships, in that you're not sure when the other wheel is going to drop, or when somebody's going to not do what they said they're going to do. And this is all between your ears. This is really thought patterns that would be, and you are reevaluating, best let go of, because they're frenetic and they're keeping you from getting a good night's sleep. They're keeping you from staying on your game. They're keeping you, these distractions, and that's all they really are fear of, if you let go, all the balls are going to drop. They're going to keep you from what it is that you know deep down in your soul that you need to do. That will also result in you not feeling as grounded in your innate talents, in who you are. So then again, if that were to happen, it would mean that you're giving up a lot, really, for this first card, which is this Nine of Swords reverse. So you're giving up way too much, and so let it go. And that's what I'm hearing. Don't concern yourself with things that you can't control, and just let it go, because it's taking you off your game and turning you upside down. If you're looking for love again, control issues, they're benign, but if you let those go, and if you really make sure that that spiritual foundation is intact, you take a little bit of time out to get back in touch with yourself, you get back involved with whatever it is, organizations, not-for-profits, things that make you feel good, giving to others, showing others the way, using your experience to empower. Those things will feed you, and they will keep you on your game, on your path, engaged and growing and building whatever it is that you have been working on. If you are working with kids, and that comes from your guides, if you're working with kids or younger people, that is more important than spending time worrying about minor things, household things, pithy arguments, anything that isn't deep down soulful stuff, not important stuff. And sometimes our heads can be a playground that we want to remove ourselves from. So, and that's okay. You don't have to engage in every thought. Let it go. Meditation, I'm hearing, also would be very helpful for our Taurians this month. Spend time in meditation and stay on your game, stay focused. Last card to come up is the Six of Cups. It came up again for one of our other signs. I believe it was Aries. Six of Cups is, again, nostalgia. You see, it's a cup card. It's emotional feelings, sentimentality, people we know from our past, old friends, old acquaintances, old lovers, following people on Facebook. This is like a photo album, and it can mean in reverse that there's a bit of homesickness going on in the month of January for some of you, or a longing for the past can be coming up as well. So I do believe that if there is an issue, and this isn't for all of you, but if there is an issue with someone who is ill in the family, again, being there for that person is very important. You can remain a guiding light for that person. And in order to stay grounded, this is going to, you may be called upon, or your partner may be called upon to be the financial foundation for this situation. I can see that that could be coming up, something from the past. If you're looking for love, again, this could mean that there is someone coming in, but you're distracted with day-to-day issues going on around you, and this person who is coming in is also an earth sign if you're a female. So you will want to pay attention, because this person could be someone from your past. He's showing up as someone who either is overly frugal with their money, or they're overly helpful, and I'm not feeling that it's one way or the other at this point. They may go back and forth, but this is someone who you've known from your past, and who comes in and goes out. Might be someone who is a father if you're female, and if you're male, it can mean that you have children and you are separated, and there's someone coming in from the past. But again, be open to this. I do see that it's very important to stick with what it is that you're here on this planet to do. You did get the God card, and there's like a little nudge there. Don't forget where your innate talents and abilities are, because that's where the true beauty of you really resonates. It's within that heartfelt desire to create. So thank you, Taurus, and I will see you in February. If you would like more information on this reading, if you have questions about a relationship, or someone in your life who you feel might be, according to these cards, a little bit overly stressed, or if it's you and you've got issues going on and you need spiritual advice, how to let that go and how to reclaim your soul, and how to get back in touch with the goddess, or God, or your point of light, or whatever you call your source, your guides, your spirit. Please get with me. myvirtualtarot@gmail.com is where you send the questions. After you go to myvirtualtarot.com and choose a reading. I could see with this reading, I would probably do a life path reading or an emergency reading, and you can purchase those on the website. If you would like to begin to learn how to read the tarot, please stay tuned. I'm working on the homework assignments right now, and I'll soon have this posted in January so that we can begin to learn together how to read the major arcana first and then the minor arcana. I'm sorry, I tried to get it all done in December, but it's actually become, it's more, as you can imagine. So love and light to you. I will speak to you in February.